and this is Sam creating the heart, and I am back to show how I am using the 2 paper pads of the month from the Not Too Shabby shop. So if there are extra paper pads in the shop, Jamie does put them in the shop a la carte. Or you can do, I think you can do like a one-time to buy them both, or you can just subscribe and get them automatically sent to you every month. So I am using them today, Winged Beauties. I'm using 2 pieces of paper out of here, and then glow. So I'm going to show you some different ways where you can combine things that you have in your stash to make cards. And that way you don't have to have like a coordinating set to this. You don't have to use the paper to have an image. You could use what you have, and that's kind of the best way really to make sure that you're using everything that you've got in your stash. I'm using 3 different stamp sets today in my cards. I'm making 3 cards. I'm using this Hello Bluebird Cocoa Party. I'm also using this one, which is called Snuggle Weather from the Not Too Shabby shop. And I'm using this mini remix winter, the Greeting Farm. I'm also using the Heart Garland landscape landscape die, and I'm using just this loose heart garland that's in this set. And I'm also using a Birch die, which I've had in my stash forever. I don't even know where I got it. I think it's Hello Bluebird, but don't quote me. Almost every company out there has got a Birch die. There's even, I'm sure, Birch stencils out there. This is just sort of one sort of take on it, but you can use maybe any sort of background die that you have to kind of do something similar. So this first card I'm using, so this could be, I guess this is sort of like a birch tree kind of, but in gold. So I thought that'd be kind of pretty. I'm going to put that down with this, and I'm going to kind of set my little scene here, and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and put down my paper. This is just A2 size cards. So I'm cutting my my patterned paper at the same size, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. The same size as my card base. And now I'm going to put this down. And so I'm using my Barely Arts glue today. I use different companies, but I've been liking this Precision Point. It is very, very nice for things like this, where, you know, you've got some small kind of pieces, and, you know, you don't want to get glue just on everything that you own, because that can happen when glue just kind of busts out. So this one works pretty nicely, I gotta say. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. And this one might be upside down. Yikes. Sorry, supposed to go this way. Maybe it doesn't matter, but this feels like the top. Okay, so here we go. Now we've got our little girl. I colored her in using Copic markers, and I did a little bit of gel pen stuff. And so this one is a super easy little card. And go ahead and put this one together, and then we'll move on to the next card. And I do like how all of them look a little bit different. You know, I had a little tree that I was going to put with this one as well. So this says I Love Winter. And I know I've got a tree, but I don't know if it's accessible in my messy desk, because I am working on so many cool projects right now. And I know here it is. I had set it aside because I had put some stickles on it, and I was trying not to like mess it up by touching the stickles before they're dry, because that's a thing. And so I got this little tree. Just for a little something. Okay, so here is this card. Okay, so that's the first one. Now we'll move on to the second card. And this one actually my last card is I think my favorite one. So we've got all the little components here. So I'm using this really pretty winged, from the Winged Beauties, and I love the colors. And I didn't really know what I was going to do with these little hot cocoa guys. I had pulled them out just to kind of play around with them because I hadn't ever used them, and I had them in my stash, so I thought I would go ahead and just color them and try to find a way to use them. And so I decided to use them on this card. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And so, yeah, I've got other videos where I'm using this paper, so you can see all the different ways that you can use this paper pad, or at least give you some ideas on what to do. Okay, so let's put this one down. And the thing about glue is it gives you a little bit of time to kind of move it around to make sure you've got it where you want it. Okay, now I've got my images, which I'm going to go ahead and put on foam. And so he's going to go right in the middle as well. And there that guy is. And so now I've got this cute heart garland, which I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put on the top here. And with this guy, I'm just going to trim the edges because it's a little bit longer than my card, and that's okay, because I'm just going to trim it at the end. So let's just do here. And then turn it over and trim it. I don't know where that little piece went. And then I've got my sentiment right here. So you warm my heart. And I just used some scrap to kind of put it on top to mat it, give it a little bit of a matting. And here is card number 2. You can see like what a different look those two have. Now the third one is from Glow, and it really has a different look. So I'm using this plus this. So I'm giving a nighttime look. So let's go ahead and put this one down. This one really makes me happy. Make sure I'm doing it the right way. And I've got my little birch tree, which is going to go right on top. And so, you know, look around your stash. And, you know, there's lots of different ways that you can use paper pads. And when I think about it, like all of the designers, you know, who designed for all the different companies, I'm thinking like Jennifer McGuire and all these other ones, they don't really use pattern paper. And so, and most of us love paper. So I think it's kind of interesting how they don't use paper. You know, they do a lot of ink blending, which is fine, I guess, but the paper is just what really got me into crafting. I mean, well, stamping, but paper really floats my boat. So it's hard to find sometimes ideas on how to use paper. So it's kind of, I do a lot of Googling on YouTube to find out how other people are using paper. So here we go. Now I've got this garland again. And so I'm going to put this one down. And I did it in gold. So this is some paper I just kind of had on my, you know, it was scrap. And this fit perfectly on there. But this is gold paper from Michael's. So, and putting this right down. I'll let it kind of stick before I... And then I've got these two little guys, and these are the ones that are from the Not Too Shabby shop. They're like the Cuddle Weather one. So it's the first time I think I got to use this one. So I'm enjoying using this paper. I mean, this stamp sets. A lot of the stamp sets that, you know, I just didn't get a chance to use. So kind of pulling out all the ones I haven't used. And take all of this liner off, and I've got this guy right there, and then I've got the little bunny. And little bunny. And then I've got a friendly hello, and I've got that mounted on a little scrap of gold paper. And let's just go like this. And so these little guys are hanging out at night. Okay, so here are my 3 cards. I'm going to go ahead and just trim this. Garland. Okay, so here's this one right here using that glow paper. Doesn't that look pretty? I love how this one came out. It is amazing. So this glow paper is so cute. So if you want to do nighttime cards, this paper is really, I think, really great for that. So here's that one. We did the greeting form, I love winter. And the You Warm My Heart. So thank you so much for watching. Hope this gave you some ideas. This is Cindy from Creative Heart.